All right, everybody. Hopefully, yay, it looks like it's working. All right, I'm crossing my fingers. Yes, something has showed up there. That's always a good sign. And welcome to Aspern-Essling. It is the 320 turn, and this situation, I'll zoom out a little bit so we can fill everybody in. We've got tons of Austrian infantry and artillery coming down from the west and heading here towards Aspern. There's been some cavalry battles here in the center between the French and the Austrians, and the French have got some more cavalry that's coming in. And then this turn, a bunch of Austrians are going to be showing up. In fact, another column. So the better part of a corps is going to show up here by Brighton Lee and start marching down. My colleague Albert is not going to be participating in this evening's game. He had a function he has to attend. But David and Robert are in the house, and right now I'm sure they're planning all kinds of evil things to do with the French. So that's kind of what's going on. And I'm going to start bringing on the reinforcements that come in for this upcoming turn at 320. The Austrians get a bunch of stuff, and so while the French are trying to figure that out, what they're going to do, I am going to be dumping all of that stuff on the board, so that way during the move things will go a little bit more smoothly. Aspern-Essling, scenario 1, Austrians, and at the 320 turn they get the third column, and that shows up at Brighton Lee. And that is most of the 2nd Division. So let's take a look here. Column number 3. Oh yeah, that's a whole boatload of stuff, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to move that down a little bit. And we'll scroll up to the top. And we will just proceed to we've got a little bit of cavalry and a whole lot of infantry. So this is A, has these units. And this must be the avant-garde for that particular corps. These guys must be some sort of Freiwagers. All right, 1st Division. Rather sizable contingent of infantry. So in the 1809 campaign, as I recall, the Austrians could afford lots of infantry, but couldn't really afford much in the way of cavalry, which is why they adopted the battalion mass and regimental mass or division mass formations as ways for their units to maneuver across the map without necessarily getting caught in the twist. And so that's how these guys are going to be moving. I can put most of them in a type of mass formation. One, two, three, four, five, six. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with our exciting stuff here, we have mass counters, which we can then use. And once you learn a lot of the hotkeys, it makes life a little easier for you to get stuff moving about. So about face is the Control B key. And and if a bunch of stuff is highlighted, it can all be poked at the same time. All right, and these guys. And we'll go ahead and put those guys there. And those guys there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll turn around. And here is their leader. All right. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. So yeah, learning the little shortcut keys helps a lot with getting your units where you want them to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Control-Alt-M gives it the mass marking. Control-Alt-M. All right. Do 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 do. Oh, this guy's actually not bad. He's actually got a positive. Let's see about these other leaders. Oh, this guy is not terribly inspiring. All right, so we've got our reinforcements done. All right. All right, and then the next time we get reinforcements is going to be at 5 o'clock, and then again at 5:20. So, and I think the French are getting reinforcements about then as well. So, that's kind of what's up. All right. And let's take a look. We've got a whole bunch of big, fat, giant units coming in.
Don't rub it in.
Are you guys back?
That stuff, yeah. Well, Dave's gonna be back in a second. He's watering the plants, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at all this stuff in Brighton. What were the French thinking?
The French
coming in an hour.
Yeah, no, the French didn't realize that the Austrians had so much stuff so close by. Yeah, this is, you know, they basically had their big military camp there at Wagram, which is just, you know, it's probably equidistant between Brighton-Lee and Aspern. So it's probably, what, you know, 40 hexes, something like that, up north of Brighton-Lee. So yeah, so, and the fact that then the Austrians were playing havoc with the bridges, sending all kinds of floating debris and whatnot downstream, which then caused all kinds of headaches for the French. And I think that's why there was so little that got across, because the bridge was out, and then as soon as they'd fix one span, another span would get knocked out. And they had all kinds of stuff, you know, floating sawmills and burning, you know,
I remember reading about that.
Yeah, burning windmills and logs and just all kinds of nasty business. So,
Hell, they should have been like the Mongols and just built bridges of human bodies. Dam up the river with human bodies.
There's a spy in the French HQ.
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. I've confronted him. He's gonna hang. Or no, we're gonna tie him in the front of a cannon.
You know, this still doesn't look quite right.
What doesn't?
The dispositions of stuff.
That's what I read. I don't see anything that looked unusual to me, at least.
Well, I thought I had moved these guys up here to be adjacent to that.
Which guys are we?
Yeah, we're down at the western edge.
Oh, you're right. You know, you took shots at me there.
Yeah, and I took shots at you here too. So I don't know if this is just before. Remember, because my
game glitched.
My game glitched and crashed.
Oh, yeah.
So,
search for it and see if there's another file.
Yeah, let me go and see if I can load a. Unless you've got something, Dave. Did you save it at the end?
I saved it at the end. Yes.
Okay.
I'll be back 1 second.
So I'm gonna save this, but yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm just like, nah, everything's not where it's supposed to be.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna pop out of this, and I guess let me load it. Or do you want me to just send it to you, or
No, you can go ahead and load it, and just give name the thing something different.
Right.
And I'm gonna exit out of this, disconnect.
I need to look for a game online.
Well, what you need to do first is you need to create a new. So over there on the.
Right, new game.
Right. So you just call it anything. Call it Dave's Game. And then when you click on that, it's going to create Monday other game. Good. And now you could go and try to load it.
File, load game or log, and let's go to my Aspern-Essling from 314, which would be last.
Yeah. I think we ended sometime around 8 o'clock. California time, so that would have been around 11 o'clock your time.
All right, I'm back. So what are we doing?
Reloading. Did you go into this one, Eric? Does that look?
Okay, so let me take a look. Yes, this looks better. Yeah, because I knew I had units that had disordered and routed.
Yes.
And they weren't, these guys over here, and they weren't there in the previous file. And here's those units that move forward. And stuff is marked as recovered because it rested all turn. Okay. All right. That's looking like what it's supposed to be.
All right. So can I click on the game again?
So what you're going to do is you're going to go to you'll exit out of where you had been, so you can just hit the disconnect button. It's the little.
I already did.
Okay,
yeah,
and then click on the connect button.
Oh, I gotta go look for game online.
And then and then just go to Monday other game.
Oh, Monday other game.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, this looks more like it.
Yes.
All right. So that that 7-7 isn't out there where it was.
I don't know what a 7-7 is.
That was to Robert. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's disordered. I forgot.
Yeah, because they got assaulted last turn, I think, and they broke, so.
What kind of world is it? People are assaulting each other. What happened to my leader that was over there? And that other unit? Did they go for a ride?
You've got one leader who's wounded, but he's a cavalry
yeah.
leader, right? So maybe that's...
No, there was one... on the last map, there was a unit that was like here. And I don't know what happened to the leader with it.
Oh.
He destroyed it.
Is he that one underneath the disordered one?
Oh, is he there? Oh, that's it. That's what you disordered. Yeah, it's like destroyed. Well, this map is much more depressing than the last one. I don't know, Eric. This is... it's not nice of you.
Sorry to disappoint you.
I know.
Yes, well...
You want to move back up to the lobby?
I don't know that it matters.
I don't know, having an Austrian and French headquarters.
I know there's something about that, but
About what?
having an Austrian in French's headquarters.
Oh, well, we can move up to the lobby if you guys are going to be
Yeah, let's go hang out in the lobby.
persnickety about it. I'm really a Francophile at heart, so... All right, so looks like we have to kind of redo what we've done before.
More concentrated.
See, we have somebody who is listening to us or watching us while they are playing 15 millimeter World War II. So that is our YouTube colleague, Mr. Wardrobe, whose icon is the it looks like Arthur Dent's bathrobe.
Nice.
Yes. So he'll have to tell me whether it's Arthur Dent's bathrobe or not. So, all right. Well,
the Austrians are in the process of building a Vauban bypass, so...
yes, definitely building the Vauban bypass. So, very, very important for everybody there. All right, well, we are here at beautiful Aspern-Essling. It is the start of the 320 turn, based on my exciting and very, very accurate sequence of play cards. It is French declaration of charge phase.
All your but how you went to that new map, but all your units are up there at Brighton.
Yeah, no, I just started grabbing them off the map while we were chatting.
Oh, you're quick about that.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good, having done this, at moving stuff around on Vassal and flipping stuff around. So once you start to learn some of the control keys, it makes it a little easier to tease out. So, all right. So, gentlemen, do you have any charges to declare?
I do not have any charges to declare.
All right, Mr. Bond, how about you?
I don't have. Nope.
Nope,
Dave.
nope. Okay.
Dave is Marco Murat, so.
Oh, so he is in control
Yeah.
of all the cavalry.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay. Well, then we would go to the movement phase. So, go ahead and do your movement.
All right. What am I going to do here?
We will move. Guys. Six. Plus 7. Why don't they stay together? How do you get them to stay together?
If you like lasso them,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just click and then
I thought once they're lassoed. Oh, okay.
click next to it and lasso the whole group. You know.
yeah.
It makes a little square. Anything in that square will all.
Will move.
Yeah. So that's generally the best way of.
Yeah. Do you have? Can you get one? Do you have one more movement point? Get them past the road there. Well, it's probably not.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
No, it's more than one movement point because you're going down slope.
Right.
Yeah, down slope.
Right. But I'm not sure where he came from there. But that's probably It's,
Yeah.
the road movement is what?
If you're in road column, it's half a point. If you're in road column,
And to switch into road column is
costs 3.
So disordered
no.
units
I'm
move
talking about
with
infantry.
regular, right?
Oh, infantry costs 1 to move into road column. Disordered move half their movement. So they fight at half, they fire at half, and they move half.
Bunch of halves.
All right. Hold on. No. Over here. 10.
Here, 1, 2, and then can go 7. So what is that? Half is 3. No, I don't want to do
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Right, and you could just put a little road marker behind him since he'd be in 2 hexes road, Dave.
Okay. That available. road column. There it is.
All right, Eric. My trillior's down here all the way to the...
Okay, they're gonna... Which way are they going?
They're going to withdraw backwards.
Okay, so I've got a shot at you here and a shot at you there. So this hex here, it'll be a 10 to 12. And that's a miss. And then this hex here, it's a 10 to 12. And that's a miss also.
Okay. Now, as trilliors, do they have to about face or anything? Or do they just...
You know,
they've got...
Technically they do, but it's only moving out that triggers the opportunity fire. So you would about face for one, then you'd move back, and that's what triggers the opportunity fire.
Okay.
And
but then you're firing in my rear, which means you probably get some kind of bonus.
No, because you're skirmish order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you were in a line or something like that, it would be a different story.
Okay. So we could go one here. And then...
Well, he still has to be in 2 hexes because he's got 4 increments.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He can't move in 1 hex and then move into another and deploy in 2?
Well, if he changed formation, if he changed into column, then he could. And he could move. But no, he would need to change formation here before he moved there.
Right. So infantry, that's...
and if he changed formation, that would trigger a fire, and then as he pulled out, there'd be fire. So just being in skirmish, moving into the swamp is 4 movement points, right?
Why does it list cavalry that can go in the swamp, but yet it says only infantry and skirmish order may enter a swamp?
No. It's infantry and cavalry may enter...
it's 2 asterisks. It says only infantry and skirmish order may enter a swamp hex type. But
right, it talks about units can route through a swamp without being in skirmish order. So if you PGD, you can route through the swamp. That's what the movement cost would be for cavalry, and that would be the movement cost for infantry routing.
Because cavalry can't even be in a swamp. It's not allowed in stacking either.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 1, and then +4 is 4 plus 1, 5. That's 6.
And then now, if you wanted to, you could change formation into line or column or whatever you want to do in that hex.
I wanted to move 1 more back, but I can't do that. I'd have to be like, so I move from here, I move here, that's the 1, and then this is +4, so that's 5.
Well, Robert, the unit could kind of snake, if you're thinking of it, in where it would turn, and you could then have this hex of the 2 hex formation move there while this one stays there. Then on the next turn, it moves here, and this one moves there. So it's like a snake. And then you could move...
What I want to do is move it here, back 1, and then back here.
Right, so that would be... would be
cool, because one half of it going through 1 and
3,
5.
4, 5, 6. You could get there. You could do that. If you just have to kind of move it like a snake, where it's, instead of it all pulling back, this hex to this hex, this hex to this hex would wheel to there. And then this is the lead hex, it's going to go there, and the trailing hex is going to go there. And then you can move you could, like, move it. This lead hex can move there, and then this hex could go there, and then you just about face. You've got enough movement that you could get him there.
Okay, and these guys will do the same, moving back here.
Okay. So these guys are worth, they're my Jaegers. They're worth, how many increments have we got there? 6 times 4.
Oh, they only have 1 increment left, so
Yeah.
they just go.
Yeah. So that's going to be 2 to 1. Here we go. 53. They're gone.
That's it.
So
A tragedy.
put them on the clock counter, indicating that they're mostly dead.
There's a lot of mostly dead French all of a sudden.
Mostly dead.
We get them back though, because we get zombie French.
Oh, the special zombie French. I've heard of those guys.
All right, Dave. I'm glad you're sending those other trilliers over. Okay. Yeah. What else? The stream is +2. 1.
Yeah, the stream is rather
2.
yeah, +2.
So that would take.
yeah, +2
That would
for
take
cavalry.
to go back 1. I could only go back 1 with them. Then I couldn't go to that where the cavalry, or where the on the other side of the stream.
Yeah, you don't have enough movement points to get there.
That'd be that way. You will.
It's Schwerpunkt Aspern.
Yeah.
So, David, I really haven't been watching you too much. You've been moving some of this cavalry around over here, it looks like.
I've been pulling back here and forming a line, and the only one I'm going to, because you're going to get a shot off at him when he moves from there.
Okay, it's probably just a 1-to-1. Well, it's less than a 1-to-1. It's a 5-to-6. Are you going to move him back?
Yes.
Okay, I'll roll for it right now before we forget about it.
Okay.
26. It's a miss.
All right. 1, and 3, 4, 5.
That looks impressive, Dave.
Yep.
Is Murat actually on the map? Or not yet?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, okay. I see Berthier, or Bessier.
Yes, yeah.
He's looking very stylish with his red pantaloons there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That guy, I did not want to move that far.
All right, I'm trying to decide one of
He was okay. 'Cause he was just there. I'm just going to change places with two things here because I didn't want to move that far. Let's see. Because he was tired and he just wanted to move less than half his movement.
Yep. That looks like a formidable little screen of cavalry. That will make it slightly challenging for us to get through, capture the bridge. Fortunately, we have our special frogmen group there with their
Swimming downstream.
Swimming downstream, yes, they're going to come and they're going to strap. They've been riding barrels full of gunpowder.
Yep.
They're going to strap it to the bridge and blow the bridge.
Which they actually did, kind of similar to that. They kept actually hulks and stuff like that, and sending down the river to slam into the bridge and break it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So fun stuff. Well, this is why then at Wagram, Napoleon had like 5 bridges and guns and more stuff than you could shake a stick at, because he wasn't going to do something half-ass again. Yeah, exactly. So, all right.
I'm trying to decide one last thing. Hold on.
Okay. The answer is yes. Put Napoleon right in the front line.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you need to move one of these guys in here. One of the officers on that square there. Move one of them into there.
Oh, that has artillery bonus?
They both have artillery bonus. I put the probably whatever. So now you can combine with the guy on your right if you want to, or left, and
blast something.
Exactly. Have some fun.
Yes.
About the only plan I'll have.
No, you've got 2 of them right here.
Do I still have to?
You've got Messina and you've got La Rebossiere. And they're both, I think La Rebossiere is like a +6 or something. He was some sort of godly.
Yeah.
He's not a Duro.
Okay. So
but he's better than a poke in the eye. Massena's really good too. So
yeah, just to put him in the front lines. Yeah, okay.
I'd probably do it the other way around, just so Messina's not stuck out in front there. But
come on, what's a French marshal for?
I mean, okay, sure. That's what
yeah,
I like the idea of sending Napoleon forward.
There you go.
Putting him in combat.
There you go. Making everybody just pull a Alau. Except 12? I don't have any Moscow grenadiers here to shoot him off of his horse. So
march him around and just destroy stacks. Yes. Ability. I'm trying to decide with one last thing here. It's going to get instead of what I did. All right. So a stack of artillery, it has to fire. It cannot if it has more than one artillery piece. Can it split? Can it split what it's shooting at, or it has to shoot at 1 hex?
So usually it's 1 hex of stuff is shooting at another hex of stuff. So if you've got a stack of artillery, it's going to be shooting at the same destination. as opposed to like the top battery is going one way and the other battery is going the other way. Is that what you were suggesting?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now you brought up a good point, and one that there are subtle differences between 5th edition and the other one. So
is subtle
let's see if there is
subtle word to use?
we're gonna say there's subtle differences. So, I mean, I'm not quite sure what your question is, Robert. Where would you have two artillery units stacked on top of each other?
I'm not talking about me having artillery stacked. I'm talking about you.
Oh, as
You
far as
got,
whether I could split it.
yeah, you got a stack with two of them in there. And
Yeah, I mean, the usual, at least from what I can remember, when it comes to firing, is I mean, they have an example of two batteries firing on an infantry unit, so that you're combining your stuff. I don't see. I mean, the usual convention is that the stack is firing at another hex, from one hex to another. So I don't think it would necessarily. I can't split it that I'm aware of. I would fire at one or one hex or another. So are you talking about like defensive fire?
Yeah.
Okay, so for defensive fire, any combat formation with a fire factor that has an enemy combat formation adjacent to one of its front hexes may fire defensively in the appropriate segment of the chronology of battle. Units only give fire once during the defensive fire segment of the chronology of battle. So the idea would be I can only fire at adjacent targets, and I would only so I could only fire at one hex, for example, with both units. But what you're asking is if I could fire at one with one and one with another.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've
never done it either, but I don't see anything here that says it one way or the other. So
I think stacks have to shoot at stacks.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff is all there. When artillery's unlimbered, it. Okay. All right, are you guys done?
I think I am. But
Dave, can I talk to you 1 minute in French?
sure.
Do, 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 do. All right, as usual, question about the rules. Do, 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 do. It's the, if you're just tuning in now, it's the French movement phase. They have executed some of their movement, and then they had a question regarding fire combat. And we were trying to figure out how fire combat works. Do, 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 all right, well.
Eric,
Yep.
on your, if we were to get a hit on your stack with 2 artillery units, does it take 2 hits to
So,
or is it just 1 because that's all that's there?
So let's look at artillery. Usually the way they deal with artillery here is you need 2 hits for it to score 1 increment loss.
But that's usually because there's infantry with it too, so.
Well, that's if there's infantry, then the loss will happen to
First
the
loss
infantry that
goes
you're
up.
stacked with. Yeah.
Right, the first loss goes to that one, and
Okay, so when unlimbered artillery is fired upon, losses are only taken if the result of the fire chart is an even number. Example, if a 4 was the result, the artillery would lose 2 increments. Or if a 3 were the result, the artillery would lose 1 increment. A roll of a 1 indicates no loss.
That's what I thought.
yeah, that's for 2 artillery units stacked in the same one. That doesn't make sense to me either. So
Well, it's
I
talking
see
about
it.
unlimbered
Cool.
artillery. Now, if
I know.
yeah, now it says if
But if you've
infantry
got
is stacked
twice the-
with the unlimbered artillery, then the odd losses noted in the paragraph above are absorbed by the infantry. So, for example, a result of a 5 would have the infantry lose 3 increments and the artillery would lose 2.
What
A
page?
result of a 1 would have the infantry take a loss.
What page is that on, Eric?
This is on page 19. Page 18 has artillery tactical organizations at the bottom. And so these paragraphs are
Yeah, I see it here.
just down from they're like 1 to, that's the third and fourth paragraphs talking about losses. So a lot of times, I mean, when you go up, you say, okay, well, I'm firing at your guns. There's no way I can get a hit on it, but you have to do it because you can only assault what you fired at. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna, unless there's infantry stacked there, you probably wouldn't get any results just with musketry.
All right. Then I'll just leave it I guess just leave it as it is for now. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, whatever you want. I mean, as I said, that one does it makes sense for a single artillery unit, there. But when you double them up, you've got twice the targets there, and I would, it'd be like having infantry there. One, you'd have to, but that's the way the rules are written, and I don't have any.
Well, because when the French took over, they started a new era. So we've determined that all numbers through 1 through 10 are even numbers.
Is that it? This is a French Revolution new concept.
That was Napoleon's edict there for.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Napoleon.
we
All right.
are part of the old regime, so that's not how we roll. All right, gentlemen, are we done with our movement?
I guess so.
Okay.
I want to try something, but no. Okay.
All right, well, I've got very little defensive fire, so just a little smidgen. So these chaps here can fire there. It's going to be 12 to 16, and that's a miss. And then these chaps can fire there, and it's probably, it's a 1-to-1. And that's also a miss. And that's it for defensive fire.
All right. Well, we have offensive fire. So we'll start down here with these guys.
Okay.
So we have a 1-to-1 there.
Yep.
Nope. Oh, even if we added, that would be a 2-to-1, but that wouldn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't do you any good.
Oh wait. Oh, you have a unit here, so we'll shoot
Yeah.
these guys. So that's a 1 to 1.5. Probably.
Yeah, it's probably 6 or 7 to 9. No.
Going up by 11s. Okay. All right. So these two have a line of sight to that artillery.
They do.
Cavalry.
They do.
And to that cavalry too.
Correct.
Oh, there's not much left of that. Wow. These guys haven't suffered.
They have suffered slightly.
They haven't lost a single thing. They're just tired.
Yes. No, but the other guys have taken some abuse.
They've taken a lot of abuse. Okay, so we'll have this artillery piece fire. Oh no, I can't because it's.
Yep, he's kind of in that sunken ground.
And what do I have range to? I could fire at those guys.
But
Block
you'd have
them.
to. This guy's blocking.
Or this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put them then. So that's what medium range.
So you've got 19 to What's
19.
my fire defense? 19 to 12.
Okay, with a +3.
45 plus
That's
3.
gonna-
That's going to be a hit.
Good. You've got one hit this guy.
One hit wonder. Let's make him round check. We're happy.
All right. Then these two guys will combine at the range of 2. So we'll have 28 plus 10 is 38.
38 to 6. You're looking at 6 to 1. With a plus
+6.
4 for the unit size. And then a plus something for your leader, right?
Yeah, plus 10.
Plus 10, baby. 6 to 1 with a plus 10. It'd be hard to miss.
Oh.
22 plus 10. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 36. So 36 at 6 to 1 is 2 hits. Boom, boom.
Oh, man. That was
Do, do, do,
Take 'em around,
do, 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 do. All right. Roll on the dice. Yep, they're happy.
They like it. All right,
Yeah.
that's it for me.
Yeah, I've got one artillery shot over here from Essling.
Oh, right.
You do.
Yes, from right there.
Oh, it looks like you've got the guys flipped. Oh, okay, there you got it. All right, who are you shooting at?
Shoot at this one right straight out.
Straight down the line there. So
1 to
you've
1.
got it's 7 to 6, 1 to 1 with a plus, at least a plus
3.
1, right? And you got a leader there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's a artillery leader.
Oh,
plus 3.
cool. So you got a plus 4 altogether. So 1 to 1 with plus 4.
Why is it plus 4?
Because I've got 10 increments. So anytime it's
Oh.
over 9 increments, you get a plus 1 for each additional increment.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so that worked. Whatever. 1 to 1 plus 4. 1 to 1 plus 4. What I want high, right? 66.
52
That's
plus
good.
4, that's going to be a 56 at 1 to 1. That is a single hit. All right. Now you're not going to get that same plus 4 next time. All right, let's roll for them. And they're happy. Okay. Do you guys have any assaults?
I don't.
Okay.
Let me see here.
Robert, do you have any assaults?
I might go after the 10. We've got 8 increments. And I've got 7. I would have best probably a 1 to 1 there. Now we'll just. Now we'll leave them. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So that is going to conclude the French sequence of play.
No, we still got.
Oh, that's right. You guys still have
recovery.
some guys to recover. Oh, yeah,
So-
yeah. You've got a couple of guys that are routed back here. So go ahead and roll for the routed guys.
This guy is faced the wrong way. He's supposed to be that way.
So that guy's half dead. So he's got a
Right.
minus 12, but a plus 3 for Origi. So he's got a minus 9 altogether.
No,
Now with a 14, he's going to keep routing.
What is it? 2, 4. That's.
Yeah, the woods are 3, so he can move like 2 hexes.
That's it. Okay.
Do, 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 do. And then there's somebody else. That's somebody's cavalry back here that's routed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to roll for them?
Sure, I'll roll for them.
32 is going to be a 22.
And it's
Yeah, those guys are, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're 24. They're going to keep running.
now they only have to go so they're 15 away from the enemy, right?
Yeah, as long as they're 15 away, they don't have to run any further. So you could park them in one of these wood hexes,
Right.
so that they would then potentially recover in a future phase.
Yep.
All right, and then Robert, I guess you've got a couple of disordered units. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's do the one in the garden hex there.
Okay.
So there's -3, but what's the gem?
So he's going to have a -9. So he's half dead. That's a -6. And then he's disordered. That's -3. So you got -9, but a +1 for your leader. So just a -8. 35 -8. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 23. What's his morale? 24. So he's going to rout.
But of course. So he goes another what? So he goes 7.
Yeah, but he would go. He's got to go over the garden, because the garden costs less to move through than going across. It costs 3 to go into that hex. It only costs 2 to go into that hex.
Oh, okay. 2, 3, 4.
But he could. Let's see. Is this town or is that garden? He could go there. I can't tell what's underneath that. If it's, it looks like it's garden, so he could go here. Garden. But then he'd have to go here, because that costs 3 hexes. So he'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'd be down here somewhere.
Yeah, he's here. And then these guys got to make a morale check with a -3.
Nope, there's no minuses in this in Premier. You just make a morale check, so they're happy. All right, you got one last chap over here who's disordered, I guess.
Oh, right. They're happy.
Yeah. All right, and then I've got a few.
Yeah, you got a few, but I do have a question about this guy right here. Does his symbol now turn to French because he took casualties this time?
So I was going to put a different marker on him. I was going to put this moved marker on him, indicating that he, I mean, we could turn it to a French one.
Yeah, because he wouldn't be.
Yeah, because he wouldn't be. He's not. He shouldn't be.
Well,
he won't be able to recover during his phase because he took fire this phase.
And took casualties. Yep.
Yep. So he would.
That's why I left that out for you.
Yeah. No. That's it's always tricky somehow trying to figure out. Okay, how exactly do we label these things? So.
And now you've got one that only goes 1 because he moved, and then the others.
Yeah, this one here was the one that.
Yep.
Is.
So he's now just tired. Yep.
Right. And then this guy. All right, and all right. I think that takes care of all of the people that had little markers on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, so now it's the Austrian turn, correct?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
So you can go down to your headquarters and figure out what you want to do.
Fortunately,
I know Albert's secretly down.
Albert and I already planned everything. So we're already set. All right, I'm up here in the Great White North.
Are you doing any charges?
Give me a second. I'm trying to get the reinforcements where I had them before I had to reboot the game.
I never really noticed you have questions up there. You can ask a question.
What, on the live stream?
Oh, I don't know. There's like general. There's questions for fifth edition, the regs.
Oh, you mean in the yeah.
Rules questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole rules question section. We're under the premier rules right now.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then I don't know if you can delete comments out of there, but Michael and I were having sound problems there, and I have some things typed in there to let him know I was hearing him.
Oh, last night?
No, that's from a couple weeks ago. That's from
okay.
February 13th, it looks like. So a month ago.
A month ago. I'm gonna fake a Discord account for Monty and start putting in my own rules opinions.
Oh yeah.
There you
when
go.
we get back to 5th edition, I'll be Ed Wimble.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know that those guys have. I was showing them how to do stuff with with Discord, but I don't know that they ever had a chance to do anything with it. So
it would be cool if we had a game where we played a turn and one of them was there and then did some commentary.
Yeah, that would be interesting. All right, charges.
Now, okay, the stuff you just were manipulating up there, Brightonly.
Yep.
Wouldn't the first hex count coming on? 1, 2, 3.
So they are in division mass, which is different than battalion mass, which is different than Catholic mass, which is different than Eastern Orthodox mass. So this one is what? They are in division mass. They face a hex vertex.
All right.
They have 4 front, 2 rear, no flank. Their movement is improved by 1. Their fire defense is 6. So
wow.
They can move 1 faster. Yep. So I'm going to take advantage of that.
That's quite amazing, but okay.
Well, hey,
More
I don't know.
battalion mass rules. Don't quite make sense.
Well, it's one of those things. It's hard to try to, in a hex counter game, to come up with some of these things, but there are 2 different versions, or there's 2 battalion masses. There's battalion mass and there's division mass. And apparently divisional mass was to get stuff moving a little faster. Battalion mass was kind of as you're closing in, so you slow down a little bit, and you're better prepared to fight. So battalion mass, cavalry that attack are, I think they're halved. Yes. Divisional mass, cavalry are at 3/4. So I don't have as good an anti-cavalry defense in divisional mass as I do in battalion mass. So that's the trade-off.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
But with divisional mass versus battalion mass, means the whole division has to move together?
No, it's just the unit is
a nomenclature.
So yeah, it can only be used in clear terrain, right? Although I don't know how you could use battalion mass in general order terrain, but maybe there's some terrain where it could work. Face a hex vertex, put the mass counter on it, exert a ZOC or ZOI in the front hexes, fire defense of 6. A divisional mass cannot voluntarily enter a zone of influence. Artillery cannot stack with it.
So they're just basically, yeah, you're right, used for movement.
Yeah, so battalion mass, you can attack with them, but this is more for like moving cross country, which is what I'm going to be doing for the next 3 hours until they get into position. So, all right, do I want to do any cavalry charges? And the answer is not at the moment. So, we can go to movement. So let's see, what shall we do first? Well, we're going to move this guy here. My guns are rolling forward, the guns of August. These guys will go 1. And they will go... And let's pivot them slightly. There we go. All right. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Some really brilliant stuff here. All right. Just moving some leaders around here to provide some assistance to people that are freaked out. All right. Well, move this forward. What shall I do? Those guys are there. Okay. So 1, 2, and these guys are going to go here. That's going to be, well, we'll keep them in line. Everyone does better in line, don't they? All right, this guy's going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of the way. Let's see, this gun's going to prolong. These guns are ridiculous. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Have these guys unlimber. All right, and
Your Hussar unit only has a 1 casualty on it now.
which one?
He was 2 before, right?
He's right here.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah.
Okay, they look a lot alike. Sorry.
They do. Let's see, who is this guy? Oh, yeah, we don't want to put him anywhere near combat. All right. Okay, these guys. I've got giant units. Let's break these guys down. So that is the 17th. Okay, where is the 17th? Oh, there they are. So 1, 2, 3, and who are those other chaps then? The 47th. 1, 2, 3, and everybody else. Okay. All right. So changing him out of road column will cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay, and then this guy is over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, or actually it's 2, 1. Okay. These guys will move forward. All right, let's close that. And one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. All right, these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's see, these guns are almost but not quite worthless. 2, 3. Do, 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 do. Okay. Okay, well, I think that's about as good as I can do for the moment. Which is not saying too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
All right, wait for some defensive fire then.
We're always ready for defensive fire. And you've got a little bit of it.
Yeah. Let's see. We got these guys down here.
Yep.
So
they're going to be 6 to 12.
2.
Nope.
And then these poor sods will fire at those guys.
Okay. So it's a 1 to 1.
No.
Nope.
These guys will fire at 1 to 6 to 9.
6 to 9 is 1 to 1.5,
Yeah.
correct? Yep,
Yeah.
so that's a hit.
Oh, they have to make a morale check.
They do. Our brave Hungarians. Let's see how they do. Survey says they pass.
Oh. All right. these guys are adjacent guys.
All right. So who's firing?
28.
28 to 6.
28 to 6.
4 to 1. Shifted to 5 to 1 for canister.
Well, you're in line there.
I know, but if you're in line and you've got more than 7 increments in line, you have the same fire defensive column.
Right. 6. So 4 to 1?
Yep. 4 to 1
to
shifted to 5 to 1.
With a +6.
Yep.
Oh.
15 is going to be a 25. That's one hit. That's all it takes for these stupid Austrians. So let's see what happens. They are going to disorder. I kind of figured that might happen. All right, so they're going to go 1, 2, 3 back this way. This chap here will make a morale check. Oh!
Oh!
They're going to rout. Best laid plans, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, who's next?
So we got these two here. These guys only fire at 5. They're like crap, really like junk. So that's 15 to 6.
Yeah. So you're at 2.5 to 1, shifted to 3 to 1 for canister. 21 at 3 to 1. You do get a plus because I've got 12 increments there.
3.
So it's 1 hit. And let's roll. 35. Let's check. What are
25.
they? 25. They're still there. That's really surprising. All right.
And that's it for me.
Okay. All right, then I've got offensive fire. So, what the heck? We'll start over here on your side, David. We'll fire a few of these worthless guns at you. So we'll fire this one here on, what's a good one? That hex there. So it's a 4 to 6 with a +3. 4 to 6 with a +3. That's a miss. All right, and then this guy can fire. He'll fire where? Where's a good shot? He'll fire over here. So that's another 4 to 6, but with a +6. And that's still not good enough to land a hit on you. All right, over here we got these guys. They can fire. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll fire here. So we've got 4 to 6 with a +5. And that's going to be a hit on that hex right there.
Let's see.
And make them morale check. They should probably automatically pass. They've got LaSalle there, right? Yeah, they're good. Your Hussars have probably got a pretty damn decent morale. So, all right. Well, these chaps are going to...
Yeah, they're pretty decent there.
They're going to fire here on your... I guess these are Saxons or maybe Bavarians. I'm not sure who. Baden. They're Baden. So it's going to be a 12 to... 12 to... What's the fire defense in the town? 10? Yes, 12 to 10. So it's a 1-to-1 shot. Nope, that's a miss. All right. We're going to have these guys. We'll fire there. So that's going to be 12 to 16. And
the town is actually a 12, but yeah, the defense. But
is it? I thought it said it was 10.
There's a hamlet and a village are 10, and the town is 12.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's still a 1-to-1, or it still was
Yeah.
a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's-
Cool. Let's go ahead. So this was 12 to 16 on that hex. We'll throw these guys in for good measure. So that should give us a 1-to-1 shot on you there. Oh, that's a big fat miss. All right. Here we've got 40 to 6. That's going to be 6-to-1 shifted to 7-to-1.
With a +2.
66 at 7-to-1. Ouch, that is 3 hits on those guys. It's a good thing there wasn't a leader there.
I knew that was going to. And we'll make. Oops! I just grabbed everybody. We'll make a morale check.
Oh, so they're going to disorder.
So either way, they. Oh no, they have to go this way. 1, 2, 3.
All right, and who do they go over the top of? Those
These
chaps?
guys.
Okay, roll. Oh,
Oh,
they're happy. All right, and then last but not least, we've got a shot here. These are my Jaegers, so they're going to have a 12 to 6, 2-to-1 shot there. 56 at 2-to-1 is a hit.
It's their first and not their last.
That is the story of the battle so far. All right. I'm going to try a couple of assaults just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. So we're going to attack the Baden Brigade.
I knew you'd pick on them.
Well, they are the best option, I think, for someone to do something with. So you don't have to make a morale check since you're in general order terrain. I do. I've got
Okay, yeah. Do you
some
have to have
modifiers. So it's 1-to-1. So there'll be a -3 for me. I took a hit due in the previous fire defense phase, so that's another -3. And I'm attacking up a slope, so that's -2. So I've got -8 altogether. So here we go. Let's roll. 41 -8. I think they still pass because they had like a 20-something, right? Or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's that bring it to? 25?
5, and they are a 25.
7, 8. Oh, how sad. They have disordered. That's
Are they 26
okay.
or 25?
They're 25. But you have to do in 3rd edition, you've got to do better. So they're going to go back 1, 2, 3, right there. All right.
My Baden people are.
Your Baden people. Well, this is the challenge of attacking Aspern. It's really, really tough to take. I'm attacking up slopes and into the teeth of a bunch of guns. Now, where I might have a slight chance is
The granary.
attacking the church.
Yeah, I've lost 2.
So you've only got 3 increments there, and I think I can attack you from 2.
I got 4.
You got 4? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 4 increments there. And what's it say here?
8. Can you attack only from one?
I'm looking right now to see what the rules are for those. So it says, defending these hexes special advantage. Only infantry and leaders can enter the hex. Only infantry will not check morale in the pre-melee morale phase. Additionally, if they have to make a morale check, they've got a 6 for the better improvement. Defenders who suffer a DD will disorder in place, suffering an increment loss. But you don't have to retreat 3 movement points. The Austrians don't get the fire advantage in these hexes like they do in the town hexes, okay. Attackers who assault may only advance after combat with 1 battalion into the vacated hex. So the question is, I'm not going to hold off and just shoot at you a little bit more. So, that is, yep, so that's it for me. So that was my one and only assault over there. So what I will do now is I will try to recover morale for people. So we'll start here with these guys that are routed here. This mostly shot up Grenzer. They're going to have a minus 12, but a plus 1, so they'll have a minus 11. 61.
Ooh,
minus 11 is going to be a 42. That might just be enough to save them. It does.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Happy Grenzers.
They are happy Grenzers. They're pretty much worthless, but they're happy. All right, these guys have got Bellegarde there. So they just have a minus 6, and then I think Bellegarde adds in something here. What's he add in? He's only worth 1. Well, so here we go. 66, they're happy as well. All right.
Glad you're rolling this on recovery instead of shooting at
Yeah. That's, although, trust me, with these silly Austrians, the recovery is the key to it. Okay. Oh, wait, I got some more just routed guys. So this guy here, this cavalry that routed in the fire phase, he's the guys that are up here north of.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Let's roll
right.
for him. 43. He's going to pass, but he's going to be tired. Or he's going to be exhausted, I should say. And let's go ahead and mark him as exhausted. And let's put a marker on indicating exhausted in the Austrian phase. All right, do I have others? I think I got another cavalry back here somewhere. Oh no, those guys recovered last time.
I think they might have recovered, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll have their exhaustion removed. Okay, so now we move on to the disordered chaps. So this guy here first, let's roll for him. 36 is going to become a 33. I think we'd established he was a 24, correct? So he's going to be fine, but he's got to adopt column formation. Coming out of disorder. All right, and his friend over here, 33, it's going to be a 26. What's his morale?
25.
It's a 25. He just barely recovered by the skin of his teeth. All right, and so he's got to come back into column formation. Okay. Dave, did I miss anything, or have I got them all?
I think you got them all. Let's just that other exhausted guy in the back there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take his marker off. Do 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 do. All right, and I think I've got everything else. Yep. All right. Cool. I think we've got most of all the bookkeeping done. Did you guys have any? You didn't have any cavalry that got activated last in our phase, so.
Nope.
So,
Okay. All right then. That should more or less wrap things up for this turn. I will advance the clock to the 3:40 turn, and then we will save everything. So that way we are okay. Good, and then Albert can watch the replay on YouTube. Yeah, and hopefully everyone will be back. He seemed to indicate that he'd be back next week, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So, but we'll see. Okay, cool. Anything else?
we got it.
Okay.